son and thinking how penetrating, how truly educated that observation had been. He nodded. The Harkonnens have been stockpiling for more than 20 years. They mean spice production to fail, and you to be blamed. They wish the Atreides name to become unpopular, the Duke said. Think of the Landsrat houses that look to me for a certain amount of leadership. Their unofficial spokesman. Think how they'd react if I were responsible for a serious reduction in their income. After all, one's own profits come first. The Great Convention be damned. You can't let someone pauperize you. A harsh smile twisted the Duke's mouth. They'd look the other way, no matter what was done to me. Even if we were attacked with atomics. Nothing that flagrant. No open defiance of the convention. But almost anything else short of that. Perhaps even dusting and a bit of soil poisoning. Then why are we walking into this? Paul, the Duke frowned at his son. Knowing where the trap is, that's the first step in evading it. This is like single combat, son, only on a larger scale. A feint within a feint within a feint, seemingly without end. The task is to unravel it. Knowing that the Harkonnen stockpile melange, we ask another question. Who else is stockpiling? That's the list of our enemies. Who? Certain houses we know were unfriendly, and some we thought friendly. We need not consider them for the moment, because there is one other much more important. Our beloved Padisha Emperor. Paul tried to swallow in, a throat suddenly dry. Couldn't you convene on the Landsrat, expose? Make our enemy aware we know which hand holds the knife. Ah, now, Paul. We see the knife now. Who knows where it might be shifted next? If we put this before the Landsrat, it'd only create a great cloud of confusion. The Emperor would deny it. Who could gainsay him? All we'd gain is a little time while risking chaos. And where would the next attack come from? All the houses might start stockpiling spice. Our enemies have a head start, too much of a lead to overcome. The Emperor, Paul said. That means the Sardaukar. Disguised in Harkonnen livery, no doubt, the Duke said. But the soldier fanatics nonetheless. How can Fremen help us against Sardaukar? Did Hawat talk to you about Seleucus Secundus? The Emperor's prison planet? No. What if it were more than a prison planet, Paul? There's a question you never have here asked about the Imperial core of Sardaukar. Where do they come from? From the prison planet. They come from somewhere. But the sporting levies the Emperor demands from, that's what we're led to believe. They're just the Emperor's levies trained young and superbly. You hear an occasional muttering about the Emperor's training cadres, but the balance of our civilization remains the same. The military forces of the Landsrat great houses on one side, the Sardaukar and their supporting levies on the other, and their supporting levies, Paul. The Sardaukar remain the Sardaukar. But every report in Seleucus Secundus says SS is a hell world. Undoubtedly. But if you're going to raise tough, strong, ferocious men, what environmental conditions would you impose on them? How could you win the loyalty of such men? There are proven ways. Play on the certain knowledge of their superiority, the mystique of secret covenant, the esprit of shared suffering. It can be done. It has been done on many worlds and many times. as the Sardaukar. It'll require patience to exploit them secretly and wealth to equip them properly. But the Fremen are there, and the spice wealth is there. You see now why we walk into Arrakis, knowing the trap is there. Don't the Harkonnens know about the Fremen? The Harkonnens sneered at the Fremen, hunted them for sport, never even bothered trying to count them. We know the Harkonnen policy with planetary populations. Spend as little as possible to maintain them. The metallic threads in the hawk symbol above his father's breast glistened as the Duke shifted his position. You see, we're negotiating with the Fremen right now, Paul said. I sent a mission headed by Duncan Idaho, the Duke said, a proud and ruthless man. Duncan, but fond of the truth. I think the Fremen will admire him. If we're lucky, they may judge us by him. Duncan the moral. Duncan the moral, Paul said, and Gurney the valorous. You named them well, the Duke said. And Paul thought, Gurney's one of those reverend monument, a supporter of worlds, the valor of the brave. Gurney tells me you did well in weapons today, the Duke said. That isn't what he told me. The Duke laughed aloud. I figured Gurney to be sparse with his praise. He says you have a nicety of awareness, in his own words, of the difference between a blade's edge and its tip. Gurney says there's no artistry in killing with the tip, that it should be done with the edge. Gurney's a romantic, the Duke growled. This talk of killing suddenly disturbed him, coming from his son. I'd sooner you never have to kill. But if the need arises, you do it however you can, tip or edge. He looked up at the skylight, on which the rain was drumming. Seeing the direction of his father's stare, Paul thought of the wet skies out there, a thing never to be seen on Arrakis from all accounts. And this thought of skies put him in mind of the space beyond. Are the guild ships really big? He asked. The Duke looked at him. This will be your first time off planet, he said. Yes, they're big. We'll be riding a highliner because it's a long trip. A highliner is truly big. Its hold will tuck all our frigates and transports into a little corner. We'll be just a small part of the ship's manifest. And we won't be able to leave our frigates. That's part of the price you pay for guild security. There could be Harkonnen ships right alongside us, and we'd have nothing to fear from them. The Harkonnens know better than to endanger their shipping privileges. I'm going to watch our screens and try to see a guildsman. You won't. Not even their agents ever see a guildsman. The guild's jealous of its privacy as it is of its monopoly. Don't do anything to endanger our shipping privileges, Paul. Do you think they hide because they've mutated and don't look human anymore? Who knows, the Duke shrugged. It's a mystery we're not likely to solve. We've more immediate problems. Among them, you, me. Your mother wanted me to be the one to tell you, son. You see, you may have mentat capabilities. Paul stared at his father, unable to speak for a moment. Then, a mentat, me. But what agrees, son? It's true. But I thought mentat training had to start during infancy, and the subject shouldn't be told, because it might inhibit the early. He broke off. All his past as he focused on his thought. His new awareness denied it. Thank you so much for listening. I'll see you again very soon.